Hey everyone, and welcome back to Career Mode on GTA. Wow! Career Mode on BeamNG.drive. In the last episode, I bought a used Ibishu 200BX. Can't remember exactly which model this is, and I just realized I took the rear seats out. After I bought the car, I put some storage boxes in it, and then did some deliveries. I've decided that I will likely do deliveries off camera and then make little clips here and there of it and do that somehow. Um, but for this episode, I'm going to do some races because that is much more interesting to watch video-wise. I also need to fix my headphones really quick because the cable was dead. So, I'm hoping there are some races at the track so I don't have to do any street racing at the moment. Basic race, introduction to crawling. The crawling introductions are kind of lame. Gymkhana Boot Camp, Drift Basics, Cathedral Hill is a street race. I'm not sure if it's blocked off or anything. Cargo stuff. Do Adventurer. Really? So crawling. And then those two. Those are the only ones at the racetrack. I'm surprised. Alright. Let's just a quick travel point. So, I guess I'll do the Cathedral Hill time trial first, since there aren't any actual races at racetrack at the moment. While I'm driving there, forgot to get the Beam Navigator, but whatever. While I'm driving to the track, time trial, there's also no traffic for some reason. When I loaded in, it didn't in the traffic. I'm not sure why. But for deliveries, I have been doing a little bit of experimenting with the E series and H series, so the truck and the van. And it would seem that the van will likely be best for doing deliveries with, because if you use the cargo body variant and the extended version, it can carry 4 of the large, or extra large, whatever they are, cargo boxes. And then you can put a medium one on the passenger seat, and then you can put stuff on the roof rack as well. So that alone will hold a lot of cargo. And then if you the enclosed cargo trailer, it also holds a fair bit. I believe 4 of the larger, extra large containers. So I will likely get a van next, but I can do the deliveries and do that to earn some easy money in this, and then use that money once the van is and trailer are at a decent point for deliveries, start actually working on the car. Normally I would be using my turn signals and not running red lights and stuff, but there's no traffic spawned in for some reason. I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, if I remember in editing, I will have put up some pictures of the test van that I've been using. So hopefully I can get that fairly quickly and get to doing deliveries to upgrade the car faster for the actual like races and stuff. But for now, let's get this time trial over with. With this car being stock, I'm not expecting it to like do amazing, but we'll see. Alrighty, Cathedral Hill. I have done this video already. I believe might have been in a, it could have been an emissions video, I'm not sure, or just a time trial video or something. I know I've done this before, but either way, Cathedral Hill. Off words. Off camber cornering mixed with some very fun and high-speed sweeping curves will have you up to the cathedral and back. As long as you pay attention to those down-up corners, you should remain in one piece. Excuse me. Brakes and suspension are put to the test on this otherwise simple course layout. Time trials are about getting the best time on a track, blah blah blah, typical time trial stuff. So let's get into it. This should go fairly well. And as I said, this car is just stock. It has the base 4-cylinder in it with four something gears in it, and then I think they're like 411s or something. And it's just a 5-speed and open differential and all that stuff. So it's not a race car by any means, but this should go decent. It also still only has the stock suspension, stock wheels. I think they're just basic tires on it still at the moment. And I don't want to be spending money on repairs, so I'm going to try and be careful with the downhill stuff. That's one lap already. It's a pretty short course. I should come up or start that hill in first and then shift into second just so I can have the extra torque and acceleration at the bottom. For the most part, I don't even need third gear. Like, even coming up here, it's kind of pointless to shift into third because as soon as I get into third, I'll have to shift back down to second so I don't get too much air. And then having the open differential, it's keeping it from sliding. Okay. Having it in first at the bottom of the hill helped a little bit, but I did have to shift back into second quite early. I'm carrying a bit more speed around the track this time. On this lap, I should say. I just want to try and avoid as much street racing as I can at the moment because, like I said, I don't want to be spending a lot on repairs. And the AI isn't the greatest. Go! How fast was that? Definitely 231. That definitely could have been faster. But I will continue, and I unlocked 3 others. Should have checked what they were, but whatever. Brakes were still locked up for some reason. And it's still not spawning traffic. I can't spawn it in manually. Interesting. Alrighty. So, I unlocked a couple other races. A couple other time trials. So let's go to Fog Hill Shilly Shelly. Which way do I need to go? Probably yes. Quick little turn. Even stock, I really like the 200BX. It suits my driving style very well. And it's a very well-performing car. I passed the mission. In the lower gears, it has plenty of acceleration for a stock car. In the higher gears, it could definitely benefit from a different tuning and stuff. Ooh, it's a provided car for this one, okay. Yeah, in the higher gears, it could definitely use with some more torque, but whatever. Okay, Fog Hill Shilly Shally. Bringing you up to the Fog Hill Fire Station, this course provides a fun hairpin and some great off-camber corners thanks to constant elevation changes. Although you might be tempted to cut corners and hop the curb in some places, it's recommended to err on the side of caution with this track. Those roadside trees and poles can do a real number on your vehicle, and then this typical time trial stuff. Okay. And then ETK I-Series, much better car than the Bishu. So this should go a bit better. It has a inline 6 rather than 4-cylinder. This one feels like it has a limited slip differential. That's completely different style suspension in the rear. I think it uses trailing arms instead of a normal independent. And then the front, I believe, uses a similar McPherson struts style suspension. Since this isn't my car, I'm not as worried about messing it up. Yeah. Definitely could have held more speed around that corner. I could be taking pretty much all these corners a lot better. If I could slide those last two corners properly, it would probably let me carry much more speed around the course too. Much better this time around that corner. Bump off the curb. I'm so used to using modified cars in this that are tuned and upgraded and so on, that I tend to forget how much fun the stock vehicles can be. Like, anybody can drive a fast car, but only some can drive a car fast. And pushing a stock vehicle to its limit is a good example of that. How far can you push a car to its limit, or even past its limit? Probably not going to get a decent time on this. Under 3 minutes. Yeah, 2:56. That's not too bad. I definitely could have gone faster, especially around the first lap, but it's been a while since I did these, so I don't know the layout's that great. Ready, it looks like I unlocked some more. Let's go and do Belasco Core. Set the route to that one. I was, like I mentioned, playing around with the D series and H series, and when I do certain testing, like the testing for delivery vehicles, I tend to be in free roam with the traffic on. So loading into career mode from that could have been what glitched it and caused it to not have traffic. Alright, missions right here. Ooh. finishing under 330 for the max. And we're using the ETK 800 series. Interesting. Okay, dokie. Glasgow core. We primarily focused around the grid like downtown Glasgow City, of course provides elevation changes mixed with medium speed right angle cornering. So it's mainly turning right, I guess. Quick trip going from downtown to the hills and back is one of those courses that rewards risk as quality as it punishes it, or as quickly. And then the typical time trial stuff. Right? This is a manual as well. I cannot stand driving automatic. So boring. Automatic can be better in a performance setting as it can shift faster and it'll shift more regularly, like at the best torque. But I greatly prefer manual. More fun, it sounds better. The right driver, it can perform better than an automatic. And choose, yeah, it's just better. I'm trying to focus and talk at the same time. Ooh, traction control. I do not like that. I do not like driving assist at all. I do not want the car driving for me. I am the driver. The car should be doing what I tell it to. Not taking control away. Please don't take this the wrong way, but people that need driving assists to drive a car should not be driving. Can't drive without traction control and stability control and ABS and that. Should not be driving. Cannot handle a car in its most raw, pure form. Don't drive it. Like, there are people that have only ever driven Teslas. And then you put them in even a normal automatic car, and they don't know what to do. I'm probably not going to get the best time on this, but I should get a decent. Remember the first time I did this race? I kept flying off this corner. And then the corner at the top of the hill, too. Seems pretty bouncy in the rear end as well. Ooh, traction control really slowed me down there. I would much rather have to catch it and counter steer myself, let off a little bit, rather than the car just completely slow me down, because if you look up in the top right, that really killed my time. And it did there again. Right down. Finish line. Go. That definitely, wow, yeah, that definitely could have gone better, but I will, kind of like the normal missions that I've been going through, I can go through at some point, redo everything. I wish it had me using my own car for those, though. It's nice not having to worry about it, but it's still a bit of a pain in the butt. What is this? This is basic race, it's street race. I wonder if I can use my own car for this one. What are these? These are parking and labor, that's garage to garage. This is a fun little mission, that's garage to garage. This is delivery, quick travel, that's the crawling, which is kind of boring. That's the police stuff. Alright, I guess I will go on to this AI race next. And yeah, with the stuff I was talking about with the people that shouldn't be driving, I'm not trying to be offensive or anything. It's just, I take driving extremely seriously, especially in real life and on the street. And there are so many people that just should not be driving. So many people that don't know what to do if their car starts to slide or understeer or their brakes lock up or something. People that get nervous at the littlest thing, and those people that typically cause the accident. Okay. Again, using a Corvette. I'm surprised I'm not using my own car. Okay. So, finish successfully. Second, finish in first. Under a minute and 5, and with minimal damage. Going. Right, looks like we're in a base Corvette. Basic race. Get in a racing mood by beating these average drivers in their stock Corvettes. Indeed, you will need to slow down for corners and find ways to pass your opponent. No, you don't say. That's how racing works. This is thankfully also a manual, but it's a pretty base level of the Corvette, so it's not going to have a ton of torque or anything, and it probably only has an open differential. I was not expecting that other car to take the corner the way it did. Hence why I stayed wide and trying to pass it on the outside. Like this. Ooh, this also doesn't have anti-lock brakes. But that's first place already, so now I just have to focus on winning, or the time. This is also a pretty short race. This part of the highway is somewhere I never go on this map for some reason. I just never use this. I always forget about it. Go. Didn't get the damage thing because, car decided to go in front of me, but also unlocked 2 more missions. Righty. I've got about 6 minutes left, so what else is there? Looks like that might be it for the race. Oh, there's a race down here. Palisade Point. I will quickly go down there and do this one. Past this. Definitely to go this way. And then cut over a block to the left. And then continue down straight. Yep. I don't have much to talk about at the moment, so I'll probably just cut out this part until I get there and then just do the race. Okay, okay. Another provided vehicle, the Barstow, finished within 335, 250, and 240. Up the Palisades and back with some tricky corner. I think this is another race that I kept messing up before. Okay, Palisade Point. Although simple from overhead, this course offers some off-camber downhill corners and an incredibly tricky hairpin section near the end of the lap. Race up the Palisades and back, watch those curbs, and remember the brake pedal is your friend. And then the typical time trial stuff. This car, if I remember correctly from before, is quite sliding. I believe it's also only a 4-speed. Based on the speed I'm going already, that would make sense. Thankfully it has no assists, don't think it has ABS either, and it has a limited slip rear differential, which is nice. Tricky hairpin? What is so tricky about the hairpin? This track is so much fun to slide around. It'd make a really good drift course. Grab a rally car, put some drift tires on it. Smoke the tires all the way up the hill. Oops, curb. Thankfully that didn't completely destroy my alignment. I could take that corner a little bit faster. And I could probably slide that corner and get it rounded a bit faster. Downshift first, my brakes are starting to fade, so thankfully it's the last lap. I'll just smoke the tires all the way up, why not? Try and take this corner a little bit faster. The corner is a little deceiving. You think it's going to be tighter than it is. Smack the rear end on the wall. Even for a stock car, this is another one that's really fun to drive. Wonder if I lost any hubcaps. Yeah. I could have gone a little bit faster, but oh well. And with that, it is also the end of today's video. I will probably go through getting a slide even with an open differential. By the way, I will likely go through, do all the missions and whatnot, and then when I can upgrade my car a bit, I will go through them all again. And then the ones that I can use my car for, of course, will be better. And then the ones with the other cars, I'll just practice a little bit and see if I can get better times and whatnot. I'm curious, how much money do I have now? 10 grand. Ooh. I could put some upgrades into the car, but I'm also curious at how much the van will cost. So I'm going to quickly park. Stick the car there. Run over here and see what they have. New vehicles, prestige, and high quality. So it's probably more of like a luxury dealer. Damn. Yeah, definitely more of the high-end vehicles. No vans or anything. We'll probably find vans at the used dealer, and then I think there might be one near the track as well. I'm not sure where all the dealerships are. That's another thing. There's one there. I could check that one at the beginning of next episode or something. Ooh, there's stuff over here too. Oh, it's just a fuel station. Okay, either way. Oops, as I minimize it by accident. Oh, yeah, that is it for today. As always, if there's anything you want me to check out, any tips or tricks or whatever, let me know. If you know of a glitch, I'd be happy to check it out. But as usual, I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.